Yay, I think we're live. It's coming. Guys, I just started it. Hopefully you can see it now. It should be setting right now. Yay, there it is. Hi, Joan, Patty, Linda, Sue. Yeah, it may take it a second to load. We weren't live yet, so you probably weren't seeing it because I don't connect straight through YouTube anymore. Hi, Shirley. If you guys can't see it, make sure you refresh. Okay, guys, lots of things been going on. Hi, Jamie. There's Bonnie. Lots and lots of things been going on, and we're going to cover some of those. First, I'm going to play the brand new intro, and we're going to get started. Yay! I hope you guys like the new intro. Let me know. Feedback is always good. We have a new outro too. There's Louise. Hi, Sonia from Woodbridge, Virginia. And here is the calendar. And again, guys, like I said, thank you, Shirley. Like I said, we're doing some shortcuts a lot on the every other Wednesday, every other Friday. So I'm going to be releasing a recorded tutorial and a file on Wednesday, and then we will be live again on Friday with some shortcuts a lot stuff. I'm going to reset those emojis too, Sue. We have some new channel art and everything on the channel. Yay, I'm glad you guys like it. Yes, 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 yes. Got to have your crafting friends. Yeah, it's nice and calming. That's what I was going for, Patty. Thank you guys for that feedback. So, again, it's not on the calendar. However, it is coming. February's calendar will have those. Excuse my minions going off there. I thought I had silenced my phone, but it didn't silence. This Friday, the 15th, we will have a shortcuts a lot. The 13th, you will get a recorded tutorial and file, and then we'll be live again on Monday with our design space. Yay, I like that, Patty. Thank you. So, calendar is up on the site if you guys need that. I am going to go over to overhead. I just want to say thank you to Sue B. She sent me a beautiful little Christmas card. Our mail has issues, and I didn't get it till after Christmas, but it's so stinking cute. Thank you, Sue. So got that out of the way, and then on Wednesday you guys should have gotten this file. The personalized box we've done many times, but I made an SVG for the supporters for Ko-fi and Patreon and YouTube memberships, Cutie Collector and Higher. Thank you guys, couldn't do this without you. But this file, everything on the inside is an SVG, and it is uploaded for you guys. I put the personalized box there again. That is a blank, has nothing in the center of it for you to work off of. The only thing that's not in that SVG is this tag, which was a design space image, and the video is up for that. Came out on Wednesday. So you guys got that this week. And then tonight we're going to be, this was a request from Vicky. Vicky said that she had seen a crayon box with a crayon card on Instagram, and I think it was Instagram, and she asked if I could recreate that type of box. Well, we did, and I did mine a little bit different, but guys, you can use any theme that you want to use. If you want to use crayon themes or whatever that you find on Pinterest and all that, you can do that. But the box is very versatile. I did it in SVG form, so it doesn't matter if you have a Silhouette, a Brother Scan and Cut, or a Cricut machine, you can use this file. The images and the patterns that I use, this is patterns from Creative Fabrica. The link should be below, I believe. If not, the girls have that. One of the moderators can post that link. Guys, that is a huge bundle. There are 10 bundles in that bundle, and there are files inside, and you're going to see a few of those. It's free for 3 more days, and then it's gone, or you're going to have to buy it. So if you want that huge, huge, huge bundle, go and get it. Okay, make sure that you get that. And it's also in all of the advertisements for tonight's video in the Facebook groups. So I gave you guys that link for that, and that's what I used. And what is not in those files, I put in an SVG for you guys. Okay, so, and I've got all of that. I've got it all ready to go, but we're going to jump over here and we're going to talk about a couple other things about Design Space, and then we're going to come back to our project, okay? So let me get over there. There we go. New update to Design Space. Thank you, Sue, for that link. New update to Design Space. Okay. It's good, guys. We have now got a project search. They finally gave us a feature that we could actually use, or I could actually use anyway. Still waiting on some shadow layers, but till then, I'm happy with this. It works wonderfully. If you're not updated yet, it's coming. It's rolling out, I believe, in over the next few days during the week. I don't know what the deadline is. Maybe Jamie might know. One of you guys might have heard when the deadline that everybody should have it. But 6.2.100 is the latest, and I did get it. I got it like Friday or Saturday. I don't remember. I really don't remember. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometime I got the update. I think it was Friday, maybe Saturday, who knows. But anyway, it's here. So we got the search feature, and I'm going to show it to you guys. We also got pen thickness on the canvas, okay, so that we can see it better. Because I know a lot of times when we use our pen and we picked our color, we couldn't hardly see it, even if we changed our canvas color. It was really tough to see, like especially with yellows and things like that. Now there's a thickness. Now, note that it does say right here, it shows on the canvas only at this time. It does not show in the preview screen. So when you hit make it, that preview screen there, it's not going to show it. But it will show it in your canvas. Okay? By Sunday at the latest. Thank you, Jamie. So if you don't have it yet, guys, be patient. You're going to get it. It's going to come. Okay. Then you have the rotating bounding box. And I mean, personally, that never bothered me, but it will help when you're trying to get a good angle, because when we were trying to get it to angle, like especially with the triangle here, and we were trying to get a particular angle to go like in a 3-inch span, we got that weird look on that bounding box, but now they've made that rotate with the shape. Other than that, I don't really, I mean, I could get by without it, but it may help some of you guys in the designs. It's a good feature to have. You know, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. That's my approach on those kind of things. Okay, so, and then you also have your pause screen. The options on the pause screen changed. You can cancel, resume, or resume from beginning for your maker on the pause screen, okay? And before we couldn't do that. So I don't know if it's quicker. I haven't tried it yet. So that is another thing. And then the Cricut branding updated. And I noticed that everything updated to the new teal color, all of your categories, your Make It buttons, all your buttons, your Cricut Access. It used to be that other weird looking green. I called it pea green. It used to be that weird cooked pea green color. Now it's a teal color. And I noticed that they fixed everything except the icon. If they fix the icon on our desktop, mine didn't change. Maybe it will if I uninstall and reinstall. But maybe they just overlooked the icon. Don't know. Okay. And then all of the bug fixes, the saving issues, all of that kind of stuff that you guys were having, this missing a font and the font was there, that kind of thing. All of those things should be fixed as well. The only one I was having was the saving issue, and I only had it one day. So, all right. So, if you have questions about it, we have a link to the release notes. If you guys need it and you want to go back and you want to read over this, then we have a link for that. If one of the girls can post that for you guys, that link, so that you can read over all of those fixes. And then this is what tonight's project looks like when you upload your SVG. If the green cutting mats might be teal, that would be nice if they would give us some new mats for that. As long as they're good and sticky, I'm up for that. Yes, Sherry, it did update. Well, it's rolling out. Not everybody has it yet. It's coming. Okay, so just be patient. I believe Jamie said Sunday. Everybody should have it by Sunday. So, very nice. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, if you are a Ko-fi or a Patreon supporter or YouTube membership, you have access to all the files. I have also updated the site for you guys and made it cleaner, easier to read, I hope. Easier to read for mobile. We had some mobile issues. Things weren't showing on mobile like they were supposed to. All of that has been updated. Okay. We have a nice new clean look on the home page and everything else. The group resource guide will be changing probably daily. I am still working on that. I am redoing the group resource guide so that we have pages up under here for each one of our cheat sheets and things like that. Because I did get the header fixed as well. The YouTube channel, you can come over here and click this at any time. It'll take you straight over to the channel. This will take you over to Patreon if you're not a supporter. There are also buttons. You can tip me on Ko-fi or become a patron, either one. All of that is on each page. Then you have the files page. And of course, if you are a supporter, you will see this box, and then you have a password in which to type into that. And once you put your password in, you can log in. You don't have to log into the site to get in there, but you do have to log in to get access to the files. All of that has been updated as well with the calendar. Again, I stated that I would be doing a file number system for all the files now, and it is going to be by the date of the video, so that if you see a video, you know the date on the video, it's there, and it will tell you what the number of the file is to go with that video, and vice versa. If you know, then you can go in and you can look, or you can click right here because I give you guys the tutorial right beside it. So all you have to do is click it, and it's going to take you right over to YouTube so that you can watch the video. All of that is there. Everyone was getting confused with the drop-down tabs. We still have a drop-down tab, but if you notice right here, 2020 files, see that plus sign? That means there's more pages. And if you click on it, now you have the 2020 files, the Christmas 2020, the design files, supporter files, Christmas files, and SVG. And that is just now a header. Everybody thought it was a header before. Now it is just a header, and the files are actually right here for that tab, and then all the other tabs under it. Same with the freebies. You get this drop down, and when I do the resource guide, it will give you that same drop down with all of the pages inside of it for each cheat sheet and things like that. And then the contact us page, and you notice that I finally was able to get rid of that cart because I don't sell anything, and they were able to show me how to get rid of that. So if you need to contact me for any reason, right there, you can submit it and it will come to me in an email. Okay? If you're a supporter, you can do that from Patreon as well. On Ko-fi you cannot, and on YouTube you cannot. I don't think. You might be able to. So that has all been updated for you guys. All right? Yay! I've been busy. Can you tell? I have been busy, busy, busy. So hope that you guys like that. I hope it's going to work better for you. If you have any problems or something doesn't work, please let me know so I can fix it immediately and things don't pile up on me to get them fixed. All right. So, as a matter of fact, we're going to go over and I shouldn't have closed that page. I don't know why that I did. Let me just go back on there. I even changed the emoticon for the site. So when you have extra, or you save it, you'll see the little Crafting with April logo there, and then you'll see it on the tab right here as well. So lots of stuff I did for you guys over the last few days. So tonight's file is going to be on the 2021 Files tab, and you're going to go right down here, and it is an SVG file. You're going to select that, and it's going to download it. And you see that mine went right here. So here it is. I have the SVG file. Again, it's numbered for tonight's video, today's date. Okay, and it will. I'm on a Mac, so mine's going to automatically unzip and download for me. If you're on a Windows computer or using Google, down in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see that file, and you can double-click it, and it should open. Okay, so you're going to download it, save it to your desktop, wherever it is you want to save it, in your downloads folder. That's generally where they go. If you're new, that is where they go, into your downloads folder. Then you're going to come over to Design Space, and you're going to click on Upload and Upload. And you're going to browse or drag and drop that file. I'm just going to browse for mine, and there it is. Boom, right there. There's the file, and then I'm going to click Open. It's going to open. I'm going to name it. I'm going to tag it. You want to make sure you do that because I'm about to show you. I'm going to put in the number 22 here. And then I'm just going to say a box here. And I'm going to save that. Even though I have it already, I'm going to do it. So here it is. This is the one I just did. And I'm going to insert that image. And then that's going to bring it in. That's exactly the way it comes in, just like that. Okay? I'm going to go to my projects, and I'm just going to search for 22. Oops, not going to work on that one. Okay. I don't have any projects. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. There we go. There's boxes. Any reason why? It was working perfect yesterday. Oh, because I didn't save it into a project. That's why. Duh. Okay, let's search. There we go. So that's why you can't search your images, but you can search your projects. I didn't save it. If I had saved it into that project, then it would be there. But you see, I put in today's date, and anything that I tagged with that date, here's the one that I did for my test, and then here's the one I did for tonight. Okay. So it's going to pull up both of those, any of them with that number, that date. I'm just going to delete this one because I don't need it. So anything that you're looking for, you will find that. Now, if I'm looking for a box, anything that I've tagged or has the name box in the title, it's going to bring all of that up. We couldn't do that before. Now we can. I mean, it's all there. Okay? So super, super, super excited about having that feature. I am so glad it works. Okay? So I'm just going to cancel that and go back to the canvas because we don't need that. I just wanted to make sure you guys saw that it worked. We have a little bit of work to do to this file before you can use it. And I used some pattern fills for mine. And they came out of that design bundles. I'm sorry, not design bundles. That Creative Fabrica bundle. And I'm just going to see if I can't. I thought I saved it. So let me see if I can get it to open. Right here. There we go. Here is that bundle, guys. And it's huge. It has all of this stuff in it. Every bit of it, it's all in there. All of it. Okay? I used the papers from this bundle right here. They are seamless and they are transparent. And I'm going to show you the difference, but that's the one we're using. And then I also used, there's a bonus file I believe in here, and that's where I got the coffee cup from. There's a Valentine bonus. Nope, this is the one I got it out of. The Valentine Day pun right here. This is the one I got that out of. It's telling me this because I'm not logged in. No, I'm sorry. It's saying $5. So you can see $5 just for this one bundle. And it's in there. So if I were to buy it separately instead of getting that bundle, it would cost me $5. I can get that whole bundle for free. So make sure you go and you get it. But all of the designs right here are in that bundle. Okay? And I just pulled one out, and that's what we're going to use. Notice that there's a shadow layer. This is the shadow layer to that cup that we used in there. And all I did was the same thing, guys, to get the cup. I went to upload, and you see right here, I love you a latte. This is the one that I got. Okay, so I'm going to insert that image. Comes in really huge. That's okay. It is an SVG. But the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to weld it. Okay? You want to weld that when you bring it in. You're going to download it just like you did downloaded any other file and upload it. You're going to weld it. I'm going to change the color of this to red. Okay? And then I'm going to place it over that, and I want it to be slightly smaller. Okay? So I'm going to bring it in and get it slightly smaller than my shadow layer. So now I have a shadow. But I want to print and cut this because I know that this may or may not cut very well, and it's going to be very fragile with these thin lines, and all of these pieces will be loose, and I don't want to have to find all those little bitty pieces and try to glue them down to make it look right. So I want to do a print and cut. So I'm going to duplicate that because I can make any image a print and cut. Okay? You cannot always make your image, your print and cut image, a layered file, but you can flatten any image to become a print and cut. So I'm just going to take this that I've welded, I've duplicated it, and I'm going to go to contour now that I've sized it, and I'm going to hide all contours. But I want that piece in the handle to be there. I want it to be open. So I'm going to unhide that one. And I've got the wrong piece. There we go. So I'm going to unhide that one piece. So now I've put that inside cut line back in. That's the only inside cut line that I kept. That is what your contour tool does. Okay? Your contour tool removes either inside or outside cut lines. So now I can still contour this because I can remove that inside cut line of that handle. I can remove the outside cut line and just have that piece. But I can't remove all of them because that is the same thing as deleting it. Okay? If you removed everything, it's the same thing as delete. You have to either have at least one inside cut line or one outside cut line. You can't eliminate all the cut lines. That is deleting. Okay? So I'm going to change that to white. And the reason I'm doing that is because white is the only color that doesn't print. Okay? And I'm just going to arrange and send that to the back. I'm going to select those two pieces and I'm going to align them center. Now if you look at my layers panel, they're in two different places. One down here at the bottom, one at the top. When I select them both, if I were to weld them, it's just going to turn one solid shape just like we have right here in this black piece. Okay? If I slice it, it's going to slice all that out and give me these little layers on the end top and just the lettering. The reason I have slice is because I only have 2 layers selected. If your slice is not showing up, you didn't weld and you have more than one layer showing. Attach is going to attach them together and make it one color. It's going to send it over to the mat and it's just going to cut that top layer out of the bottom layer, which is the same as slicing in this case. Okay? But if I select flatten, if you watch that layers panel, now it's in one layer. It's going to print it out and then it's going to just cut the outside shape, and the only inside shape it's going to cut is this handle piece right here. And how do I know that? I can see the grid behind that handle piece. Let me change the grid just so you guys can see. You can click on blank canvas down here and then go to color at the top and you can change. You see that yellow? If you see yellow, that's going to cut out. So you can always check your print and cut images by changing your canvas to a color that you don't have any images of. And if you can see that color back there, that's where it's going to cut. Okay? And especially if you have more than one layer. If you can see grid, it's negative space. And I know we've covered print and cut a lot, guys, but we have a lot of new people and it's a recurring question, and I just want to make sure that everybody has plenty of resources to understand it. Now, another type of print and cut, pattern fill. I'm going to ungroup my images here, and the first thing I'm going to do is on my box front, which is this piece, I am going to go over here in the layers panel where it's highlighted, and I'm just going to select the lines right here that are cut, not the base, just the lines. And I'm going to change that line type up at the top to score. And you notice how they changed. If you don't do that, it's just going to cut that piece up in many little pieces. Same thing with this top. I'm going to come over here. I don't know, no, can't do it there. You can't change the line type there. So you're going to have to go up and hit score and change that one. Now those two pieces are almost ready to go. If you're cutting this out of a solid color paper, at this point you can attach your score lines down here at the bottom right and be done and change it to whatever color and cut it out of whatever you want. Hi, Miss Sheila. So if you're cutting it out of solid, that's what you can do. Okay? Now, I'm going to do this piece first just so I can show you guys. I'm just going to move this off to the side. I'm going to group and hide that. We're done with those for now. And this is just a solid piece. Now, I will tell you guys, I made a boo-boo in the file. And so you can change this piece or you can change this piece. It's up to you. But this piece is going to go over the top of that. And I forgot to make one wider than the other. My main strip that I'm print and cutting is 1 inch, so this needs to be unlocked and changed to 1.25 just to give you the right width. That is what I cut mine at, just so it fits on there. and you've got plenty of space on the ends. Okay, so you can change that if you want. And this I just cut out of solid paper. That was it. We're just going to focus on these pieces now. So this is the card holder, and I want to do a print and cut pattern on that. I've already uploaded my patterns, but I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to go to no fill, and I'm going to change it to print. Okay, and I think I'm going to change that canvas to something darker so that you guys can see. Okay, so here is, I've changed this one to print, but I have not finished yet. I'm just have it set at white. I need to go in and change that color and select pattern. Now you can select a color if you want to print on a solid color on white paper. You can do that too, but we're interested in patterns right now. So I've got a pattern that I've already uploaded and that I'm going to use for this, and that's my stripe pattern right here. And you can see that when I click on it, it inserts it. I can edit that pattern and change how it looks on there, how wide those stripes are, how big it is. I can go in and I can adjust that to look any way that I want it to look. I can even flip it and make the stripes go the other way on it. Well, I flipped it. It may need a moment to catch up. There we go. So you can go in and you can flip it and you can do all of that stuff and change that right there. And you notice that it brought it in and everything is good. Look over here, my layers panel. It's set to print that pattern on there and then cut the card. Okay? Not a problem in the world. I'm going to ungroup my score lines right here, and I'm just going to send them to the back, just so they're out of the way. Move it to the back. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to select a pattern and we're going to upload it. So I'm going to go to upload, and over on the right, upload pattern. Instead of on the left where we're uploading an image, we're on the right and we're uploading a pattern. And I'm going to browse, and I'm going to go into my downloads, and here are those bundles, and these were in the bundle 5. When I said there were tons of stuff in here, guys, I wasn't kidding. There's tons of stuff in that bundle, and it's free for 3 days. Vicki, I'm going to show you. We're going to hit make it, and I'm going to go on those screens. Okay. Now I've uploaded a couple of these. I'm going to go with this stripe here, just so you guys can see it, and I'm going to open. You notice when it comes in that this is transparent. And how can you tell it's transparent? You see all those purple and white squares behind it? That is telling me that it is a transparent background. It's seamless and it's transparent. Now we can use this for clear stickers and for sublimation and for design space, but there's no background to it. It is clear, okay? You want to name and tag it. We just got search feature for our projects. Hopefully the one for this is coming so that we can search them out later. But this is your only opportunity to name and tag your patterns. You cannot delete a pattern once it's uploaded. Make sure you name and tag it. You can't delete it and re-upload it and do it. So you need to take all of these steps now. Okay? And I am just going to, I'm going to put this under miscellaneous. I'm also going to put it under, I could use that at Christmas. I'm going to put it under love for Valentine's Day. Celebrations, whatever it is that you may want to use this for. Anything that you may think that you'll use it for later on when you're searching for it so that you can find it. Okay, and then I'm going to select stripes because it's stripes, and I'm going to say that it's seamless because even in the file it told me that it was seamless, so that I know that it is. You don't want to do that if it's not seamless, because when you search for seamless later on, when we get that feature, it will do that. And I'm just going to put in here red stripes, And I'm going to put CF because I know that's from Creative Fabrica. I don't know the actual name of the designer, but I know that I got it from Creative Fabrica. Okay? And then I'm just going to hit save. When you hit save, it's just going to save it and it's going to vanish. You're going to get a bar that says your pattern was successfully uploaded or that it was not successfully uploaded. They're PNGs. They take a while. I mean, they're not that long. You can see that, but it took a few minutes or a few seconds for it to do that. So it said that it was upload was successful, okay, and it'll be in the layer attributes. So I'm just going to go back to the canvas, and I'm going to come over to this piece, and I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate it because I know that I have to. if this happens to you and you didn't, it's not a big deal. You can undo and redo it. I'm going to go to no fill and go to print. I'm going to select my color. Instead of white, I am going to go to pattern. There's my stripes right there, and I'm going to insert them on that piece. And watch what happens to the piece. Oops. Remember, it's a transparent background. I don't know if this is a bug or it's supposed to work this way in Design Space. I'll just be honest. I don't know if this is the way it's supposed to be. Oh, shoot. My calendar didn't change. Ah. Did it just do that? I don't know why it did that. I didn't touch anything. Where did we leave off, guys? Can somebody tell me? I don't know. It just auto-switched on me. You missed all of that? Okay. We're just going to undo and go back. Right after I changed the pattern name while it was uploading. Okay. Okay. I don't know why it did that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put this one just to make sure. I'm going to change this one to print. I'm going to select my color, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to get that stripe pattern that I had before. I'm just not going to edit it. So we have that piece. Now I want to do this piece. So I've got my pattern, and I'm going to go in, and again, I'm just going to duplicate this simply because I know I have to. Okay? You can always do an undo like I just did if it doesn't work for whatever reason. Then you're going to go into print. I'm sorry, we're going to go to upload, and we're going to upload our pattern. I need to show you guys that. Right here on the right, pattern fill. Upload a pattern. Browse. I'm going to pull in from that file. And that is from the Graphics 5 bundle. Let me go to my downloads just so you guys can see. When you download, it was in that Graphics 5 Valentine's Day. So now I'm going to pick another pattern because my stripe's already uploaded. Let's see. Which one did I not upload? I don't think I did this one. So I'm going to open that one. Okay, I did not do this one. Those look like yellow dots or watercolor dots. So I'm just going to rename it, and I'm going to put that this is Creative Fabrica Dots Watercolor. And then I am going to select, again, this is the only time that you have to name and tag these guys. You can't delete them and redo it. You have to do it right now. This is when you need to put all of that in. I'm going to say celebrations. I'm going to pick anything that I might even use that for a beach or pool party card. You never know. A wedding, love. But you want to pick all of your themes, and then I'm going to say this is polka dots, and that it is seamless because I know it's seamless because I saw it in the file. It switched again. Okay, it has something to do with my upload. Are we there? Something when that upload is doing that, it causes it. That is just weird. Okay, it's coming back. Give it just a second. Y'all are a few seconds behind me. I don't know. I don't know why that's affecting it when I do that upload. But here it is. I haven't moved off that screen. Can everybody see? There's something going on when I close out that other screen, when I close my upload window, that's causing it. So I apologize, guys. But all I've done is right here, I've changed the name, Creative Fabrica Dots Watercolor. I've picked my theme, only chance that you can do it, okay? And then I picked my style, polka dots and seamless. And then down here are my colors, and I'm just going to put multicolor because it's watercolor, and I might pick yellow, who knows. So, and then white. So pick your colors, off-white, multicolor, pick whatever it is that you want. This is your only chance, and I'm going to be watching this to make sure. Once you have all of that information in there, you're going to save. Now I know this is a transparent background, so I'm just going to actually put in transparent right here in my name so that I know, okay? And I know it's transparent because I see that purple and white grid back there. It's not solid. That's when it switched, Bonnie, when I started typing the name. That's just weird. I've never had that happen before. Well, hopefully it stays. I'm going to keep a watch on it now because I don't trust it. So I'm going to keep watching it. So once you have all of that, we're going to hit save. Okay? This is your only chance, so double check everything. If you've got a typo in there, you can't correct it, you can't delete it, it's there. So we hit save. And it's going to take it a second. You're going to get a blue bar up here at the top that tells you it was successfully uploaded. Okay? So I'm just going to go back to the canvas. And now I'm going to go to that piece. And I am going to select, and we're going to pretend that I just uploaded the stripes that we started with, or the love. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do this with the love. That's the one I did. And I'm going to go to pattern. So I'm going to show you, there's my pattern right there. There's the stripe one that I did before. But when I put it on there, my white background disappears. I don't know if it's supposed to react this way, if it's a bug, I don't know. But I do know it's transparent, and that's why it's doing that. Seamless means that it won't tile, Vicki. When you have a large image and you're trying to fill that space, sometimes if it's a small, let me see if I can, I don't know. I'm not in the habit of uploading ones that aren't seamless anymore. Okay, we'll try this one. Here's my picture, my wedding picture. I'll put that in there. Can see how it tiled it? That is not seamless. Okay, it's going to tile it up. And when you go and you put several, when you put several pieces together, it's also going to look like one single piece. There you go. Thank you, Jamie, for putting that into words for me. It's a continuous pattern. Like laying wallpaper, you can line it up. Does that make sense? Yes, see, there you go. Thank you, ladies, for putting that into words for me. So, I'm just going to undo that because we're not going to print my wedding pictures of that. Well, it's not going to let me. I'm going to go in here and go back to my print. and we're going to change it to the pattern. And I'm going to go with the pattern, the words love that is in there. And you can see that it disappeared. Okay, so I can't really see what I'm doing. I'm going to arrange and send that to the back because I duplicated my file. And I'm going to go in to edit the pattern. And I'm going to blow this up to about 300 so that I can read it. Okay, and you can see how that's going in there. I could duplicate, and let me show you the seamless. Maybe I should go bigger than 300 so that we can see it. Let's just go really big, about 360. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate that, and you can see right there how it lines up. There's your, if I get it in the right spot. It's kind of like wallpaper. You want to line that up in there. No, I still missed it. There we go. There we go. So when you line that up, then it's continuous. Okay? Which we don't need here because we can edit this to fit our image. So I'm just going to edit it, and I'm going to bring this. I did this second one at 300, but you can take it up to 400 and get that in there, just like that. Okay, so now if you look in my layers panel, if I select these two pieces, we have the print and cut that's on the transparent, and then we have our cut image, which was the one I duplicated. I'm just going to select them both, align, center, and then I'm going to flatten it. Now it is one piece. And I saw somebody ask earlier if you can change the color. Yes, you can. If you wanted, for whatever reason, to do that, I'm just going to go to undo. Before I put them together. Are they still together? Unflatten. Going to unflatten it. And then I'm going to change this piece to black. So if I wanted to do it black, why would I do that? Why not just cut it on black paper, right? Because white doesn't print. And if you try to print this red on the black, then it's not going to show up. So you need to flatten it to that so that it knows where to print the color and where to print the black. So we'll align that center and then flatten, and now it will print that white paper into black with the red on it. If that makes sense, Vicki. So you can do tons of things, and that's why I like the transparent ones, because I can put it on white paper, I can put it on color paper, I can do any of that. I can do any color that I want, even if I don't have the color paper. If you don't put the transparent background on another piece, would it cut out each word? Yes. Remember, if you can see grid, it's going to cut that grid area out. Okay? And I'm just going to enlarge this just so you guys can see it. And see there? You see the grid? That means it's going to cut out all of that individually. So that's why it's important to make sure that you flatten properly so that you get the image like you need it. Okay? So then we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to duplicate this piece. I don't need the score lines. I'm just going to hide them. And I'm going to duplicate this piece in the same thing. I'm just going to hide the score lines. And now I'm going to go in and same thing. I'm just going to get my, oops, no, it's not going to let me. I have to ungroup them. Ungroup. And I just hid the lines. So I was trying to skip a step, not going to allow it. So make sure you ungroup. We're going to go to print. We're going to go in. We're going to get our pattern. And I'm just going to use my little hearts here. And I didn't change the sizing of these. I just brought them in just like they were. So now I have those. Here's the key. I'm going to ungroup that. I'm going to arrange, bring this to the front. I'm just going to select that and the box without touching the score lines. I'm going to align, center, and then I'm just going to drag that over and place it right back with my score lines. And your score lines want to line up right here along the bottom where that cut is, and right here. If you leave them, they are attached because that's the way I put them. The first thing you want to do is, oops, well, let's do it this way. Let me just move them out of the way. I usually just use my shift key and select them in the layers panel, but if you're on the new classic, I don't know if they fixed that. You can't do that anymore. We're going to align, center, we're going to flatten that piece, and then we're going to bring that score line back up, arrange, move it to the front, and then you're going to select them. And you don't have to do all of this if you're not doing print and cut, guys. I just wanted you guys to learn pattern fill and the difference between a transparent background and a solid. It will not take you this long to set it up once you've done it a few times. I'm just going to select those two, align, center. Got my score line in there. Did it not ungroup? Nope. Arrange, bring that to the front, align, center, flatten, arrange, send it to the back, and put those score lines right back where they need to be, and attach. You don't want to flatten your score lines or you won't have any score lines. Okay? But this is going to give you tons and tons and tons of possibilities. You can use this little box for party favors, everything. If you need to make a card, a 5x7 card, and you don't want to put something like this in there, but you want to have a cutout on your panel, you can, let me unflatten this. Let me just duplicate it and change this back to white so it's easier to see for me. Maybe a gray. There we go. So if you had this piece and you just wanted these little cutouts, you can change this back to cut by going to no fill. Okay. And that's going to change your line type back to cut. And you can contour. And you can get rid of the card itself, and now you have some, I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Now you have some cutouts for your gift cards to go on a regular card. If you want to put that on a panel inside of a card, then you can put these cut lines anywhere you want. So this file is very versatile for lots of things, print and cuts, cutting out of pattern paper you already have, whatever you need. Okay? So let's go put the box together. Yeah, you can put note cards in the box, which we are going to do. Here's the one that I made up. And here's our belly band. And then you open it up. It also has the cutout for to hold the tab in. You pull the gift card out. And I didn't wrap these candies. My apologies. But you have your little gift card here. You can print and cut on this. I did not this. This was my mock-up. I don't know if I print and cut my other one or not. Yes, I did. I did. So lots of fun. You can put crayons in here. You can actually put a small note card in here. And I think Vicky even said that one of the other, who was it? Jennifer McGuire did a pull-out for a pop-up using a box similar to this. So you guys can look that up. You already have the file, so you can do that. And I'm just going to take my note card, and you can write your sentiment on the back of it here. And we're just going to kind of wedge in our gift card. It is tight, and it's meant to be tight so that you don't have to use any glues or anything to stick it on there, and that way they can save their card. So it's snug, but it'll go in and out, okay? And you can write a message under it, over it, and you can see it slides pretty easily once you get it in there. Okay? And all I did was take some scrap paper on this and wrap my little candy bars. These were left over from Christmas. Don't ask me how that happened, but it did. And I'm just going to run just a little bead of tape runner on there. Tape it to the back. Run a little bit on the front and roll it right around, and nobody will know that it's Christmas until they open it. Okay? And then we're just going to put another little tape runner on there. Make sure you do the back of them. And then tape them right to the gift card if you didn't write on it. And then you can write a message on the candy bar wrappers. So there's that. Next, we're going to do our belly bands and give it time to dry. I added score lines onto mine. Guys, you can do that if you want to. You don't have to. The area in between your score lines needs to be 4 inches. So if you put in a square, make it 4 inches and align it center. That's going to tell you where that first line goes. And then the thickness of the box is 0.625, I believe. So make this 0.725 and spread them out. You want to give it a little bit of extra room so that it's not too tight on the box. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the inside of that one and on the outside of this one. And we're just going to tape it down. Now, if you don't put your score lines in there, that's fine. You can just wrap it around the box. You want to put your glue to the front. Okay, just wrap it around the box and pinch it. You just want to make sure that it meets. And then it goes on easily. I should have put this on first. Oops. See, even I make mistakes. I'm just going to open it back up. I'm going to fold this one on the score lines if I can find them, because I can't see them on this pattern paper. There we go. I have to get a light angle. The light give me, sorry about that bright light, guys. I had to see my impression on there. So after I've done that, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in between those score lines. Down the center and those score lines. And we're going to line it up. And I'm just going to let that dry for a second and fold these ends. You want to make sure you fold them, because if you don't, you see how it buckles up there. You want to make sure you get that out. And that if you glue this end down, then you don't have room to play. You can use a thinner paper for your liner paper, and that will help with that too. And now we're just going to glue that down on that end and on this end. And then we're going to glue these two together. And it's okay that it covers up part of that. It's not going to hurt anything. That's what your shadow layers are for. And for your little piece here, just going to go ahead. You can pop dot this up if you want, guys. But I did the shadow layer just so it would show. And you can see the difference in the shadow layer if you make one in Design Space by stretching and skewing your image and by actually creating the shadow layer. Huge difference in how they line up. Okay. Because this one won't be perfect. You can see there are wider areas and narrower areas where this one is the same uniform all the way around. And now I'm just going to put some glue on the center of that belly band and line that up. And we're going to let that sit and dry. Now if that bothers you where it connects right there, you can put a circle on the back of it. You can cut a second one of these and place it to the back. So super easy and simple. Then we have our box. And we're just going to fold it on all of those score lines. Yeah, if you don't have the score wheels, you can select scoring stylus. And I'm going to go over and show you guys that here in just a second. I'm going to hit make it on this just so you can see the other screen. Just in case anybody has any other questions. Somebody was asking that. I'm going to show you how to send it over your print and cuts. And leaving the bleed on. I even saved my papers over here so that I could show you guys that. And we're going to do a Dreaming Tree drawing for the Dreaming Tree gift cards for this week. We're going to do that too. So I'm just folding all my score lines. And then I'm just going to open it back up. I'm just going to put a bead of glue on this outside tab here. And I'm going to line this up on that score line in the base. I'm just going to stick right there. Make sure that you've got it nice and square. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to fold this in, and right here on this tab, we're going to do a bead of glue. And then we're just going to fold that one in. And then just fold in your tabs. I glue this. That's totally up to you. I do glue that bottom tab and then tuck it in. Glue all over my fingers. And then I just take my bone folder and go inside and give it a rub down. Okay, so I've got it nice and sealed. And then we can drop our gift card in. I'm going to close that tab. You may have to lift that up just a little to get it to go in there. And you don't have to have the belly band. That's totally up to you. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's my mock-up box. And that's going to fit that box. Nope, that's the right one. Did I mess up? Oops, I got my score lines in the wrong place. There it goes. It's a little snugger than I wanted it, but that's okay. Good fit. And there you go. Super easy, super simple. Once you set it up, lots of themes you can do. Yes, Donna, the reason it wasn't made out of one piece and was made out of two is because of print then cut sizing. And I'll show you that right now. Okay, let's pop back over there. If you are going to be making this one size, I'm out of one color cardstock, I'm going to show you what you can do to fix that. But if you look, if I put these together and I select it, 6.94 by 714. So it's outside of the 6.75925 cut parameters. And that's why. And if you wanted to resize it and make it bigger, then you still couldn't print and cut it. Okay? But if you don't want to do print and cut, let me just select all and group this and hide this group. And let me just upload another one. If you wanted to just do this in a color paper, say blue paper, whatever, you're just going to come in, you're going to ungroup it. I'm just going to slide all this out of the way. And you're going to ungroup this. You're going to change those lines to, well, actually, I'll hold that off to the side. And I'm going to ungroup this one. I'm going to pull those off to the side. You're going to line this up just like this and bring it in. Let me make sure I've got my score lines in the right place. You want to make sure it's lined up properly. And it is. Right down here on this edge. I can bring this in. I know that's the wrong one, but that's okay. They're both the same. You're going to select them both and you're going to weld. Now you have one box, one piece. You're going to arrange, send that to the back, and now you can cut that out of one piece. As it is, you can cut it out of scraps. Now, when you do this like this, you're going to have an extra score line. No, you're not. Yay. I was thinking there might be an extra score line, but there's not. And then you're going to just select those. You're going to change that line type to score. Change that line type to score. Select them and attach. And then you can cut that out of one piece. That's okay. Somebody else may have forgotten about it too, Donna, so that was a great question as to why. Sometimes we do split up our box pieces so that we can print and cut, because if it's too large, it won't either fit the print and cut or it won't go into the, let's say it was a bigger box and you wanted to do a print and cut, then you couldn't resize it because even at the original size, it's too large. But if you enlarge the box to make it a little bit bigger for whatever gift, you can go up to an 11.5 on both sides of the box. And this way you can only go up to 11.5 and make the box that way. So, and you can slice it back in half if you need to. Okay? Oh, thank you, Pat. All right, guys. So that is tonight's tutorial. Does anybody have any other questions? Anything that we did not cover? Oh, let me show the Make It real quick. Somebody did ask about Make It. When you send this over to Make It, let me cancel that because I got to get back my other. I'm going to just undo. We need to be on our print and cut ones. When you send this over, guys, to print and cut, this one is going to print on 2 different papers because they are too large for print and cut to get them all on one. Well, if I can ever get back over there. There we Is that the wrong? That's probably the wrong group. There, no, it's not. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one detached, and all of these others are correct. And I'm going to hit Make It. And it's going to line these up. And you can see that this piece, ooh, well, we get to move them now, is not attached to anything. It's going to cut transparent. So make sure that you've got that attached on there. It should come in just like that. You're going to hit Make It and send those over to the printer. These are just cut pieces that were left on the mat that we don't really need. You won't have those in your file, and that's where I attach score lines. So if you see any of this, it means that your file's not set up and it's not ready. This one is ready, so I'm just going to hit Continue. And this is the page it's going to bring you to, guys. The next thing you're going to do is click Send to Printer. And your printer will show up in here. If you have a printer, it's going to be in there. You want to leave your bleed on. And I'm going to show you that in the overhead, and then we'll be done after we do the Dreaming Tree drawing. Then you can do your system dialog. That system dialog may come up behind the window, and it may come up in front, but you're just going to hit Print. And you're going to wait on that dialog box to appear. And I'm just... If it comes up behind your window, you're just going to look back there for it, okay? Mine comes up behind mine, but I'm working on 2 monitors, so it came in on the other. Here is where you're going to select whatever tray you want it to print from, whatever type paper. If you have those options, you may not have those options, depends on your printer, and then best quality. Then you're going to hit Print. You want to leave that bleed on. If you've got words or something like that, they may look all blurry. If your words look all blurry, they're not attached to anything. They're not ready. But you're just going to hit Print. You're going to load your material and print it on your printer. Once it prints, it's going to come back over and it's going to be printed on a page like this. Okay? And you'll see it, all of that will be, let me put it on the mat so you guys can see. And you can see that these bleed lines right here, and that's what they're for. It's so that you get edge-to-edge color on your piece. Because if your print and cut is off just slightly, like mine was, I would have had a white edge down here. Okay? Everything else would have had color. Down here I would have had a white edge on my piece. But because I left my print and cut on, I got edge-to-edge color. There's no white line down here at the bottom on my pieces. Okay? And that's what that is for. Now when you're doing something like this box or this band, it's not really going to matter because it was on a transparent anyway. If you're printing on clear material or white material, the bleed doesn't matter. But if you're printing on, if your image has color all the way around it, it matters. Okay? This is your registration box. It needs that to read it. So if you want to print this out from your design, you can print it out. Don't make any changes to your file. And then you can cut it later. You're just going to send the file straight over to Make It, and then you can cut it. Okay? If you don't have a printer, you can take your cardstock to a office supply place, a library, somewhere that does have a printer. Open up your image. Well, patterns are not on mobile. You have to open it on a desktop at the library, say, or at a office supply that has a laptop or whatever. You can open it up. You can print it there. You can get your cardstock, bring it home, and then you can cut it on your Cricut. Okay? You can't open patterns. You can do print and cut from a mobile device, except Android, but you can't do patterns on a mobile. If you're just using plain paper, you don't need to add any print and cut to it, Vicki. It comes in as a cut. So you're just going to send it right to the mat and cut it out of whatever color paper you want. See if I can find that. So if I wanted to cut those pieces right there out of blue paper, I can just come over here and change that color to blue so that I know to put blue paper on the mat. And that's all I need to do, and except for changing the scores and attaching. Do I have a woodchuck in my home? No, but I have 2 dogs. Okay, so let's do the Dreaming Tree giveaway. For those of you who do not know, oops, sorry guys, wrong button. If you guys have not heard of Dreaming Tree, Leo and Mike have given us some gift certificates to give away, but they have tons of fabulous, fabulous files. They all have videos with them to show you how to assemble. If you go in and you look down here, they have an assembly video for every project. Okay, fantastic. If you want to get the Sure Cuts a Lot, you can buy it here. We also have a link for that. We are learning Sure Cuts a Lot. We will have a lesson on that on Friday. So you can get that here as well. So we want to give a big shout out and say thank you to them. And we're going to draw, or I'm going to draw. I can't show you this, guys, because it Rafflecopter does the drawing. And I can't show it because it does reveal emails. So our first winner is Mary Ray. Mary Ray. She has won a Dreaming Tree gift card. And Franny Creighton. I hope I didn't slaughter that name. Creighton. Franny Creighton. She is the second winner of a Dreaming Tree gift card this week. I'm not going to promise that we have one next week. I will try to get one up in the next day. And if I do, then we will have a drawing on Monday. I will draw them always on Monday, on our Monday lives. Okay? Oh, you're talking about my phone, Sheila. Those were my minions. That was my minion alert. So congratulations, Mary and Franny. And I will be emailing you your gift card codes. All right, guys. Does anybody have any other questions? All right, I don't see any more. Let me think. Let me make sure that I didn't forget to tell you guys something. I think that's it. Thank you, Shirley. Sorry, guys. I apologize that it kept clicking out whenever I would type into the field and giving you guys that black screen. I don't know what caused that. Had something to do with that upload for sure. My cardstock weight, this was Cricut cardstock, 80-pound, solid core. I printed on it. I cut it. The black was also, and the red. I'm sorry, the red was, no, the red was American Crafts, 80-pound. I had a scrap of it. That's why I used that. I just didn't want to cut a whole sheet. But you can use the Cricut red. It'll work just as well. You're welcome, guys. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful night. Video and file coming Wednesday. another live for Sure Cuts a Lot on Friday. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, supporters.